Hello! Apologies, I'm running a little bit late. Had yet more internet issues. I've been reliably informed that it is being fixed, but who knows at this point. But the important thing is we seem to be here for now, and it seems to be stable. Everything seems to be working. If you're still here, thank you for sticking around. But hello. Rooney Runes, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being here. I can only apologize for the absolute state of my internet right now. Wonderful. I'm glad to know that somebody is here despite all the difficulties so far. Hopefully that should be us though. I've been given a thing to do whenever the internet goes down and everything is saying that it's working okay. For now, who knows how long it's going to last, but we'll wait and see. But welcome to a different kind of a Monday stream where we're making music today instead of playing video games. Instead of playing Stardew Valley, I thought I would do another music stream because we have a lot of music streams coming up in March. I'll be talking about those later on, if God, internet willing. But today we're going to be doing something a little bit stupid, a little bit silly. It probably won't work, but we will give it a go anyway. We are going to be making some sounds with some sounds that I recorded last week of my cat, who is currently asleep. Is currently asleep down by the back of my guitars. She is here in spirit. She wasn't very well last week, so we had her on a lot of medication, and she was not feeling very well and was very uncomfortable. But she seems to be all better now. She seems to be all recovered, which is good. But all the same, we're just keeping her keeping things very chilled out for her today. But let's get down to business. So this is what we're working with today. We're going to be making some sounds with sounds that I recorded last week. I followed Poppy around with my poor cat. Followed my cat around with this recorder, and made some sounds. I've recorded some sounds, and we're going to be using those sounds today to hopefully make some good music. Hopefully make something good. I say there's 16 sounds. It's actually technically only 14. Two of these tracks, Frustration 1 and 2. Actually, no, I think Nothing 1 and Nothing 2 as well. There isn't any cat sounds on them. It's just me trying to get sounds and then getting very frustrated with Poppy. But we shall soldier on, and we shall see what we can get. So on Wednesday, when I was here, I made a start. I made a start on putting things together. So I took this very long file that I recorded of Poppy sleeping. Basically where she's sleeping now. I did this recording of her making some delightfully wonderful, cute squeaking sounds while we were working in the office. They get louder. These are the most adorable noises that my cat makes when she's asleep. If only she made noises when she was awake that I could record. So I think these will make some good synth sounds. So what I did for the 5 minutes that I had on the last stream, there's just lots of them, and there's lots of me laughing as well. I took 3 of them. Over here I took 3 specific ones. I cleaned them up so they were a little bit quieter, and then I exported them, and that's going to be our first attempt at making a synth. So to do that, we have a couple of things. So first of all, I have a Wurlitzer piano loaded up, a delightful Wurlitzer piano. Now you're probably wondering. You're probably saying, Dev. I was under the impression we were going to be making music with some cat sounds. Why have you loaded up a Wurlitzer piano? Why have you loaded up a Wurlitzer piano onto this project file? Well, the answer is very simple. We need something with which we can tune the samples, because we need to be able to tune the samples so we know what we're working with. So, first thing to do is just record this little sound there, just this little note. This is going to be our tuning fork. That'll do nicely. Just pop that down there. And then we have the main thing we're going to be using on stream today. The main thing is going to be this synth here. It's called Iris. It's by iZotope, the same people that make all the noise filtering stuff. They make RX, which is, if you are an audio producer, you should absolutely get RX. It will change your life. And we're going to be using it to make synthesizers. So I'm just going to load up the sample that we exported last week. I called it Snow Squeaks. Drop it in here. And then we're going to make a synth. So let's just load that up. And then put the right input in. And then let's do this one. Just need to turn that on. We have a synthesizer. It will need a bit of work, but we will. It's definitely a start. So. Good. We will need to adjust some of the settings, but I think that is something we can absolutely work with. Right, let's see. I haven't used this very much, so I apologize if there's going to be a lot of kind of not sure. Right, let's turn that off. There we go. So it's not looping. I think we can get some nice chords out of that if we take off the. Actually, let's use this last one, because I think this last one is a bit more stable. Ooh. Okay, that's something. I think we can do something with that, but we need to tune this, so let's. Wow! That is surprisingly in tune. Oh! Wow, my cat has perfect pitch. I can't get over that. I've managed to find a... So I was under the impression that I'd have to do a lot of fiddling around tuning this sample, but apparently I don't need to, because my cat has perfect pitch. Amazing. Let's turn that off then. So I think we could probably do a bit more editing to it with it. So let's have a look. Can we start that in a slightly more stable place? Ooh. That's it. I think we got it. I think we got the sound. Excellent. I think we have our first sound. That did not take as long as I thought it would, which is very, very good. Let's load it up through an amp. Let's mono. That's nice. It's a bit louder, which is nice. Nice clean amp. Oh, I love this. It's weirdly expressive. I don't think it needs that. What does it need? What does it need? What is this? What is the thing that we can do to it? Let's throw some compression on it. Let's see what we can. And then I'm just adding a load of stuff just to make it louder more than anything else, just so it's at a nice steady volume. There we go. Hello, Zach, or whoever is at the Realms Pod tonight. Thank you for joining us. I might be a wizard. Yeah, I turn cats into synthesizers. It's not the most popular party trick in the world, but it's a good conversation starter. So, oh, that's so nice. It's always Zach. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. That's such a... That zoom down is a horrible, horrible sound, but I quite like it. So, I know what else this needs. It needs some delay, I think. Stick a nice delay on there. Yeah, that's lovely. That's good. Okay, we have something. We have the start of something. It does sound a bit Nintendo 64. I will not deny that. The Tower Season 3 cat tower. Honestly, I think this side season. It's the Adventures of Chris's cat that the whole time this is going on. I don't think it works. That doesn't actually sound that bad. Hang on. Hang on. Let me see if I can. It's got quite a nice beat to it. Okay, so we're doing quite a bit with that then, apparently. So let's get ourselves a tempo. Let's keep it roughly. Let's turn that up a bit. gonna see again because I haven't done very much with Iris. There's certain things I'm not 100% sure how to do, but we'll give it a go. Meowtle below, excellent. You're doing very well tonight, chat. Very, very well. Can I attach that to there? Okay. I see now I'm enjoying the sound too much. I'm not really coming up with a melody for it. You know what? I'm gonna run with that idea because I quite like that. Yeah. Okay. 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 Let's do it. Let's go. So that wasn't the cleanest take in the world, but we'll give it a go. So let's clean that up a bit. Well, first of all, let it also that's good. I really like this. What did I want there? I didn't want the... I might get rid of that high one. I'm not sure that works. Okay, what else can we do? I'm going to stick around with this particular sample because I want to see what it sounds like if we use it as a bass track. Okay, I might genuinely use that for sound design because that's excellent. So let's have a look. This is, oh, I am excited. I am having fun. Right. Let us begin our. Let's get some bass. Let's get a bass line recorded. Didn't quite put that in the right place. Try that again. What happens if I make that even lower? Let's have a look. Ooh. That's a weirdly nice kind of subby kind of sound. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Pop that up there. So now it should go. Ooh. I mean, it's coming together very, very nicely so far. Oh, yes. You know, I was really worried about this. I was really worried about tonight putting together some noises and putting together some music, but this is excellent. Let's once again let us see if we can add just an extra little bit of spice. Maybe make these, because the thing is, because it's from a sampled sound, it's not the kind of cleanest. It's not got as many frequencies as it should. So I'm just going to be adding in lots of octaves and things. So I've just added an extra high octave to the main part here. So it's going, and it sounds awful. Let's not forget I did that. That was a terrible idea. I did not quite appreciate that. Oh, where have I put a bass line? Okay. This is so stupid! Oh. Here for the cat content. Okay. It's those high notes that just Also, hello, Michtirius. So glad you could make it. Thank you for coming along to the stream, and I'm glad that you are at peak. I'm glad we got you on the peak of your cat feelings, cat mode, I guess. Right, let's make something else. So, what other sounds do we have here? So we've got sniffing, because Poppy had a cold the other week. It was very funny. So we have sniffing. I think we might be able to turn the sniffing into a snare drum. That's my theory. That's the theory I'm going with. So let's have a listen and let's see what it sounds like. I mean...
Can you meow for me?
Yeah, so...
No.
This clip here... Where's it gone?
Can you meow for me?
This was my entire week. It was me just going up to my cat going, "Can you meow, please? Can you provide me with some content?" and not having any of it. Ooh. Right, so we've got a couple of sounds there. I think we can turn this particular sound here. I think we can turn it into a snare drum. So let's see. Let's see what we can do with the snare drum. Honestly, most of the sounds I got from her were either purring or noises she made when she was asleep. Like, the problem was, because I was like following her around and giving her lots of attention, she sort of came to see this recorder as something to play with. I have so many recordings of her just rubbing her face directly onto the microphone. Poppy, how dare you speak to me? Honestly, that's her vibe. That is her whole vibe. Right, so let's see what we can do with this. This is okay. Now, what happens if we reverse that? If we turn it the other way around? Needs to be a bit. We have a snare drum, everybody. I think we have a snare drum. Let's pop this. We need to give it a bit more oomph. So we're gonna give it some more oomph. So let's put those mids up a little bit. Take down the highs. And then let's stick a nice chunky compressor on there. I don't have one. Let's get a pi. It feels like just a little bit too soon, doesn't it? Oh, there it is. I'm trying to get that sound of that hit there. Here we go. I'm having so much fun. I know. Hang on. I can do more. So if I just, this is track 7. So get that from sniffing. And then I'm going to add what's known as, it's known as gated reverb. It has a very particular sound, and you'll recognize it almost straight away. Gates, flat gate verb. Let's see what this sounds like. I can maybe make that a bit better. I'm going for the Phil Collins. There it is. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I do want to pop the bass up just a little bit higher. Ooh. Sorry, not to blast out the speakers. Okay, so we have a snare drum now. That's incredible. So it's not the best. It's not the best snare sound in the world, but it sounds very, very good. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Okay, let's have a bassy. Let's add a bit of bass to that snare. There it is. Oh, what's it? Oh. Hang on. It probably won't be fast enough. Let's see if we can do this bit. Oh, is it 4? It's just a very good snare sound. What can I say? It's very good. Chunky. Nice. We need a kick drum. This is going to be the difficult one, but I believe there was something on that sample we could actually use. Let's have a look. According to Twitch, I've gone from like 5 viewers to 2, so thank you to everyone who's still here. Where's it gone? Why is that? That's really weird. Okay. Let's see if we can get... Oh, no, I know why that's... All right, okay. Snoffing. I think we can maybe make that a kick drum. Like, it's technically cheating. It's not technically a cat sound. It's more adjacent to the cat sounds. But I think, I mean, apparently it's basic enough. Right, here we go. First of all, let's hear it on its own. Okay. Yeah, I think we got it. I think this might be our kick drum. Let's make it a bit shorter. Right. Let's make this a new item. And then let's speed it up. Yep. I think we let's stick it with, let's take that off first up, and then let's stick it with the snare drum and see what it sounds like with the snare drum. So this kick drum isn't going through the reverb. Okay, it needs to go. Okay, let's just take a second. It's like a big kick. Yes! Yes! No idea what we're going to do if we have to do a hi-hat. But, oh. Let's have a look. Yes! Oh! I'm not going to go as far as to say that it's good, but it's much better than what I thought I was going to come up with. Excellent, right. I mean, I've discovered, like, discovering that Poppy has perfect pitch is just, I can't wrap my brain around that. But, and she also makes a wonderful hi-hat hiss. Don't have any hissing, but I do have some nasal breathing. Let's give that a go. Why not? Let's give that a go. Let's see what that sounds like. Can we get a hi-hat sound? Okay. It's just me fiddling around with the recorder, trying to get it close to the cat. Let's have a listen. Ooh, ooh, ooh. First sound. mean, it's not a particularly nice sound, but I think that actually does sound like a hi-hat. Yes. Just hang on. It can't be like this. I refuse to believe it is like this. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. 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 Can't hear it. That's a problem in itself. Let's turn it up. Okay, we need to. Let's clean this up. Let's get a noise. EQ. Let's take out as much of that bass as we can. It's a click sound that I'm not 100% a fan of. And then let's get our H comp on there. Do I have anything for hi-hats? I don't think we do. I'm gonna give it the same as the. I think I've got drum punch. I think I've got it on. I'm trying to think what the. See, now I need to think of a pattern. I think that's the other problem. Stick a thing on there. And then let's add that to the reverb. I think we're going to need to make that a bit more. Nope. A bit neater. That sounds pretty good. That's. Oh, actually, no. Undo all of that. That was terrible. I need to turn that on. So, what do we got? We've got some hi-hats that don't quite sound like they're in time, which is not great. Can I cheat that? Can I cheat this? Let's find out. Again, it's sounding. What happens if I. That clicking sound is kind of annoying. Right. If I take that click out. Can I make that longer? Do we have an open hi-hat? How long is this? Right. Okay. I'm not freaking out. This is absolutely fine. Pop snap back on. Hang on. What is... Hang on. Okay. I'm going to move this. I like it. I think I'm probably going to do something of it. Oh, I know what to do. Right. Let's copy all this over. This isn't going to be the most musically interesting track I've ever made. There's going to be a lot of repetition here, but that's mainly because I'm focusing on the sounds. So I apologize for the lack of kind of musical variety, but I'm making a track of cat sounds, so I'm hoping that carries it. Right, you know what these hi-hats need? They need some delay, which I will link up with the tempo. So yeah, there we go. I mean, I will be making this available afterwards. So I'll pop this up as a once it's mixed. I don't know how long it's going to take to mix, but this will be available to download. It'll be free for Tin Can Audio Patreon supporters. Otherwise, it'll probably be up on SoundCloud. Or you can just download the audio of the stream, like whatever. Yeah, I'll talk about that a bit more later, just because my brain's in work mode right now. But it's sounding so much better than I was expecting it to. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go, right? So you're gonna get 2 bars of just to set that tone for you, and then so no kick drum. No. So my brain just went, you know what this needs? This needs a guitar solo. And I'm like, I genuinely might. Let's see what we can do. The Jingle Cats Christmas CD. It's certainly better than the Jingle Cats Christmas CD I got from my uncle one year. I mean, I'm not going to knock that. Jingle Cat. I'm weirdly curious. Okay. So what happens? What happens, dear viewer, dearest people who've come along to the Tin Can Audio Twitch stream tonight to see me mess around with cat sounds? What happens if we run it through an amp and a set of effect pedals designed for an electric guitar? What do we think that is going to sound like? Let's stick it through a power board. I don't know, actually. I've loaded up the wrong one. What's it called? Tool rack, isn't it? Mono stereo. Let's have a look. Let's run it through. First of all, let's run it through my favorite guitar tone, which is on here, which is based off Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, which is my favorite guitar sound. See what it sounds like. Okay. It's good. It works. I think we can do better. Let's have a look. Thank you for following. Hello there, people. Thank you for coming along. Let's see if we can get a Jimi Hendrix guitar sound. I think I might have our lead melody here. Let's have a look. I think we got add some reverb. It will make it sound so cool. I will be adding reverb later on. I'm getting a lot out of the delay effect this time round, and there's a lot of reverb on these drums. I'm gonna see if I can slow the sample down, just so I've got a bit more. You know what? Let's see. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have other music producers here. I am sorry. That's a bit. Can I? It's not the. It's not a clean guitar sound, but considering what we're working with, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. Oh no! Oh no! I've made a terrible mistake. Okay, it's fine. I changed the wrong sample, which is not so good. I suspect I might have to edit the tuning on this one. Yeah, sorry, that was my fault. I changed. So I'm working off a sample of my cat snoring, basically I changed the sample. I changed the sample on the wrong track, basically. So there, that should be better now. It is indeed a cat snoring. It's the sound of a cat. All the sounds you're hearing are made with my cat. I will play you the original sample. Sounds like a mug. It does sound pretty good. So this is the original sample. Which we have turned into. It does sound very cute. It also sounds just off the wall. Let's see if we can fix this sample here. A Moog. Chat has been very good tonight. Chat has been very, very, very good tonight. Right. Sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see if we can get more stable sound. It sounds good, but it could be a bit longer. No, that doesn't work either. It's more if I can rate attack phase. Gotta go fast. I mean, that could have been a really good melody. I wasn't recording it, and I've almost certainly forgotten it now. I need a longer sample. My worry about adding more delay is that I'm already using delay on this track here. I don't want to. Well, slowing it down might work, but I'm also very like I could. Oh no. Hello, you awake? We're making music out of your noises. It's gonna clean yourself. Fair enough. It's just the talent. The talent's just come to visit. Oh, okay. Let's come at this from a different angle. Because I do have... Ooh. So I thought she was coming up, which is just... We have some purring sounds. Okay, that's really loud, sorry. I'm not sure we can make... Am I using an ASMR mic or something? No, so I'm using this. I was using this to record my cat, which is a stereo. Yes, sorry. So, like, well, I can make all these sounds publicly available really easily. I can stick them up online as, like, a free sound effects pack. But, like, there's a lot of me just going, why aren't you making any sounds? But, yeah, it's a stereo microphone. And also I've got it turned up really loud. So that's on me.
Which you're probably not going to get.
See me.
Cat sound, which you're probably not going to get.
I had a cold, which I probably gave to my cat. Yeah, she got very close. Okay, no, that's probably not going to work. Let's check the other squeaky squeak sound. I have a sound in mind for a riser. So there's the sound I used for the snare, which is my cat sniffing, but it's been reversed. So I'm probably going to use that as a riser. I have a lot of purring because annoyingly my cat really likes me. So every time I went near the cat with the recorder, she got very kind of like, ooh, hello. And I'm like, that's very nice. That's very kind of you, but I need you to make noises like you're annoyed at me. What DAW am I using? I'm using Reaper. Just because it's my standard one. Use it for everything. And yeah, I enjoy doing this stuff. I've used Ableton Live a couple of times, but Reaper is the one that I always come back to for working. Because I do most of it. I do actually do real audio work outside of this as well. It's mostly podcasts and audio drama, so which Reaper's just slightly more better handled. Also, I use it to do post-production for films and things, this is very good. How annoying, love. What is this? We're on a schedule. Honestly, that was the vibe. I was just like, come on. Like, I need sounds. I need to be able to make something with this. I do have one meow. I don't make films. I work. I make music and sound design for films. Mostly music now. Oh, there it is. It's not the best, but I'll take it. Can we do something with that? Let's find out. Let's make that a mono file. Yes. Yeah. All right, you calm down. Okay, is that denoise? Yep. Right. Let's export this. Yeah, it's not going to be the most complicated track in the world. It is going to be a bit basic because I'll be honest with you, I've never really done sampling at this kind of level before. Which is why there's a lot of looking at Iris and just going, I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. But right, let's... Thank you very much. Let's clear the sample. Let's load in our new one. No, not at all. Talk away. This is all part of the fun. This is... Alright, let's... This is a very chilled out stream. Like, we're not... you are absolutely welcome to chat however you like. Ask any questions. Hopefully I'll be able to answer them. What is that? Hello? Hello? You looking at me? Can I get you something? She's looking at me like my cat is currently staring at me going, what are you doing? Are you exploiting me for content again? I might be exploiting you for content again. What of it? Yeah, this is... Okay, I think I can actually make this work. You should not add that sound in. Let's see what it sounds like. No, I thought it would work. I was wrong. It is a horrible, horrible sound, but I think it. I'm gonna say it might have a place. Yeah, it's a lot. What I need is something that could function as, that could reasonably function as a pad. Could this work? It might actually. Hang on. I don't want to use this sound a third time, but well, I'll give it a go. I'm not against it. Poppy booping the recorder sound. That does count as a cat sound, but I'm not sure it'll work as a pad. You know, I'm not sure it'll work as that. I kind of want to see if I can do more with the original sample, because I think there's something there. You know. fact. You should do a stream where you have people send in sounds and you try to make them into a song. That is something that is not actually a bad idea. I would not be averse to that. It's triplets. I think it's triplets. Let's try. I'll get there in the end. You know what? That's clearly not working. Do it manually. So the thing about holding the chords with this particular one is it goes very, slows down quite. Normally I do long chords, but having to make up for the fact that I have a small sample. It's not the worst rhythm. Okay. We're about halfway through the stream, so a couple of things probably to talk about. And then there's a delay working on that as well, I think. Just while I'm thinking about what to do next. So, we're doing another one of these streams on Wednesday. I'll probably still be working on this track on Wednesday. So, if you're about on Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time, I'll be here doing this again, hopefully. And then next week, the 4th to the 6th of March is the OST Composing Jam crunch time. So the OST Comp Jam is where you have it's a game jam, but for soundtracks, for game soundtracks. I've entered it a few times. I streamed at the end of last year, putting my entry together when I had COVID. So I only did. I wanted to do the whole week, but I only did 2 days because I had COVID. But this one that's coming up, it's called Crunch Time, and the idea is that you have to do the whole thing in 48 hours. You have 48 hours to compose a soundtrack to a game. And my plan is I will be doing the whole thing. The plan at the moment is to stream the whole weekend, the whole 48 hours. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I will be streaming some of the process. And then throughout March we will be streaming as we put together the soundtrack to board game Upriver Downriver, which was kickstarted last year, and I'm doing the soundtrack for it. I'm going to be streaming my entire process of putting the soundtrack together for that. If you follow me on social media, you'll have heard me talking about it. Give me just 2 seconds. I will get you a link for OST Comp Jam. Be right back. Just go onto the chatting screen for now, just so you don't see my internet. Oh, love no words. OST Comp Jam. It's on itch.io. I'll see if I can find crunch time. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. There is a link to OST Comp Jam. The first time I took part in it, I came second, which is very cool. And the second time I took part in it, I got COVID, so I didn't quite finish. I did enter something, but I didn't quite finish. Right, let us get back. Let's color code Let's get this color coded. So I don't need that anymore. Don't need the whirly. So we'll make that. If you're wondering what the color scheme is going to be, I think if you've been on the streams before, you can make a reasonable guess. Let's stick that on there. That'll be the lead, so I'll make that purple, and then have the bottom ones. These are going to be blue. There we go. Just gonna leave that there for a bit. Okay. Well, we've got a. Okay, it's a little bit early for the breakdown, but okay, we'll do that there. We've nearly got a minute worth of music, which I'm very impressed with. Okay, that's out of time for whatever reason. I should say as well, when I'm doing OST Comp Jam, I won't be using cat samples. I'll be using instruments. So I think we'll have to add something else in this bit. And have our pop that on there. Oh no, let's go there. See, now would be the time for a funky little organ solo. But specifically, I'm just using, because I'm having to use these samples. It's making it tricky. Right, what else do we have? I've only really used two things, which is. So let's have a look at this one. So this is purring in the bath again. So I'm going to. Where did the bass go? The bass is still there. Oh man, sorry, that's real loud. Okay. The bass is there, but it's not. That's what mixing's for. You know? That's what the whole mixing and mastering process is for. Do I have a really long, steady purr that I can use?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Stand by. Okay. This probably will not work. Gonna give it a go anyway. Phone speaker skill. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't checking OBS while I was playing that, and it was really loud. So I apologize if anyone had their ears burned. Let's we'll call that. So here is idea number 2, number 3. I don't know. Samples. Oh. Let's clear out the nasty sounding guitar sample and let's put in our purring sound. And let's see what this sounds like. Okay. Okay, so this might be a bit of an issue. Let's we're gonna need to pop our whirly. I just said we didn't need the whirly anymore, but it seems we're gonna need it. Let's have a look. Can't really get a. No, that's just noise. That's just. That's just a 80s 80s snare drum sound. I mean, it sounds. I mean, if I ever have to make any dinosaur sounds, I absolutely know what sample I'm going to use. Crunchy. Hello, Squiddy Todd. Oh, so glad you could make it. Currently trying to find something I can make a solo out of, but it's not coming along. Have I used nasal breathing yet? Let's have a look. Oh, I think I used that for the hi-hat, didn't I? More pairing. Yeah, that was the sound we used for the hi-hat. Part of me would not be against actually throwing an electric guitar track on here. It probably wouldn't sound good. Right, let's take a step back from it and let's focus on some more percussion sounds. Because I did actually get these kind of nice crunchy recordings of Poppy purring really loudly. Trying to entice her to meow with treats. So that's a lot of eating sounds. Oops, nope, didn't want to do that. If I turn that up. Make it mono. Not sure what that sound is, and I'm not sure it's going to work anywhere. Annoying. Right, well, I'll tell you what I will do then. Let's get a solo down. Let's get a melody down with the whirling. This is technically cheating, but we'll get... because I've got a melody, I just haven't got a sound for it yet. So, all right, let's get this melody recorded, and then we can. Oh, must be so frustrating. Let's, you know what, that might work. Sorry, I'm aware most of this has just been going, no, it's not working. Oh, wait, no, maybe it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. Unless. Unless. Let's try do what we did before again. Let's get rid of all these. Oh, delete, 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 delete. Add our beautiful guitar rack. Guitar rack with a delay pedal. Let's turn it on. Okay, the creative process is spending hours on something, then going back to the first thing you tried anyway. Yeah, a little bit. Well, I'm gonna give this a go. Actually, something I forgot to do, which would have been very handy. First of all, name that. Let's get a drum track. Sorry, get a reverb track for all the other instruments. Just to add just that little bit of extra life to it, because it's one of those things where you're just like, it's just a thing to add on at the end, but it really can. It really can just elevate a track. So it just brings it up just that little bit more. What if we tried a different guitar tone? Maybe that's the problem. Oh no, that's way too much. Ooh. Is that brass? Okay, I don't think that's a lead sound, but I think it might have something. Sorry, I just realized I had the camera way too high for the screen. Okay. We have a new sound. We have a new track. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get recorded. Okay. There we go. That's good. That felt good. That felt good. If only it'll let me do the thing. Why are you sounding all... Oh, that'll be why, because you're in the wrong... Okay, sorry. Okay, that last one sounds a bit too squeaky, but... I have an idea for a way we can kind of cheat it. Let's see what we can do here. Actually, no, what I need to do is I need to delete that and then turn the effects off. Bear with me here. Why did that not make a sound? Ah. Right, you turn everything on. Except for all that. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but I think this might solve our problem of not having any mono output. Okay. I think this potentially might solve our problem. I'm not sure it will, but it's worth a shot. Nope. Let's turn that down. Let's use this one. Right. So we take this. So I keep forgetting I've got loop turned on, so it just goes back to the beginning and I get very, very confused. So let's glue items. Can I make that even slower? Because then if we move that down an octave... Because is that... I believe that's still in tune. Okay. Okay, right. We have yet another sample. So what I've done is I've taken the sound, the squeak sound, and I've slowed it right down. So the hope is that I can use that to make something slightly more akin to a pad. Whether that works or not, we'll find out. So I'm going to call that pad squeak. Oh, that's real loud. Whoops. Should we turn that down a bit? There we go. Yep, overwrite that. Okay, so let's run that through our beautiful Iris track. It's man, this is going to just eat up all my computer power. It's very big. Right, samples, pad squeak. Let's have a look. Let's pop that on there. It does sound like it's getting there. That sounds suspiciously close to what we're after. Oops. Let's see what happens if we... make that a little bit louder for us. Okay, I think we got it. Because can I do... turn the brass all the way down. Let's do some panning. I think we're getting there. We just need something a bit cleaner. little bit out of tune, that one. Can you tell I'm slowly running out of ideas? Why is that so loud? Sorry. Welcome to clicking through lots of different potential sounds for. Right. Let's load this up. Full reset. Okay. What can we use? Let's put. See, that's way too much. What if we just ran it through an amp? Overdrive amp. Let's have a look. That's better. Yeah, these distortion sounds just aren't doing it for me. I'm not quite sure. Can I run it through anything else? Let's have a look at what iZotope can do. Let's have a fiddle. That's the thing we need to do. We need to put it on mono. That's a bit cleaner. That's nice. Can we put a master filter on there? So. Closer, getting a bit closer. Not 100% happy with it, but it's getting there. There's something. Here's an idea. I'm not sure. Again, not sure this is going to work, but we'll give it a go anyway. Let's see what happens if. Okay, so I think I'm gonna call it because nothing's really sticking. Nothing is particularly sticking right now, but I'm quite happy with what we got. I think what we've got further than I was expecting to. I didn't think we'd have anything as close to a full track as we have. So I'll play it from the beginning just to get an idea of where we're at. So we've got to start to something there. I think probably what it needs is, first of all, it needs a lead sound, I think. I think honestly what I need to do is I need to separate, because right now all of these tracks, so the bass, the kind of bouncy lead, and then the kind of chords at the top, they're all on the same track. So I think I'll probably separate them onto separate tracks just so I can mix them a bit better. And then it means I can have more control of the volumes and the panning and make it sound a bit more like a mix. And then I think it just needs something for this end section here, you know? But yeah, so I think we've got something here. I think I'll probably end up working on this on Wednesday as well. So if you're about on Wednesday, 7 o'clock UK time, I'll be here. So basically the same time as now, working on this, putting this together, and trying to finish it. I think I'll try and finish it on Wednesday. I think it could probably just needs an extra couple of hours, and just a fresh look at it as well, and potentially some new sounds. If I can coax some new sounds out of Poppy, I will try and do that. But we will wait and see. See if we can get something that might work as a lead sound or a chord sound or just anything. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming along tonight. I hope you had fun. I had a fantastic time doing this. And yeah, once the track is finished, I'll put it up online. I'll put it up anywhere, everywhere and anywhere you can get music from. Be the first like single that I've done. I've only ever done albums up until now. This might be the first single. But this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming along. A Meowsterpiece, yes. And thank you everyone in chat for your fantastic pun work tonight. Everyone was on top form. But yes, I hope you can make it on Wednesday to come and see while we work on this some more and finish it. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the rest of the week, and we will hopefully see you on Wednesday. So enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day, depending on where you are. And yeah, I will see you later. Take care.